Hey, what's going on YouTube? How you guys doing? It's me, Terrell, and I am doing a review on the Shark motorcycle radio set. This is actually not the 68, whatever that is. It's not that. This is actually a 1400 model. So this is 1400 watts amplifier. It's detachable 4-channel amplifier, waterproof loudspeakers.
What is that for? The motorcycle?
Yes, it's from the motorcycle, bud.
Okay.
You got a built-in radio, Bluetooth, external antenna. You also have huge LCD display for your radio information, and it came with a auxiliary cord, and it's got a USB slot, which I actually do not have in there. Right now I'm using my Bluetooth and the actual radio itself. It came with an antenna, but there was no place to actually put the antenna on my bike. So yeah, and then here is my, you'll see here I have my radio for the bike, for the radio, remote control for the radio. It's got your standard, you know, these are right here. If you had radio stations programmed, you can hit the radio station and it will go to your favorite quick spot radio station. Alright, so this is how I installed it on my Yamaha Roadstar. So obviously the hot, positive and negative, and then I just ran everything up here. I Velcro. I also have several things running through here as well. I've got my battery tender, and I've got some lights and some other things on here as well. This is right here my USB charger, you know, so forth. Now, when I was in Hawaii, I only had two speakers on there. You know, being in Hawaii, you really aren't allowed to get over 50 miles an hour on the island. So at 50 miles an hour, just these two are perfect to have for any, you know, for riding on the highway or whatever. However, since I got here to Kansas, I needed more, so I actually put the other two speakers that came with it on here. Now, one thing that you are going to realize is that you get 4 of these brackets right here, which these brackets would actually mount to your mirror. So you just unscrew your mirror, put the mounts on. You mounted everything up here, your screws. So with the cabling, I followed everything up here, ran it underneath my gas tank here, ran it all up underneath, came up, and then came up here. Now, the amplifier was just a little too big for my bike to put in the seat, and I didn't want to have it inside of my cargo, my saddlebags. So I went online to Amazon and I bought this bag right here for like 10 bucks. And then I cut a hole into the side of the bag, ran all the cables up in the side of the hole, and this is where I keep it at. I keep it here, I plug it in, and you just heard it come on. Here is your LCD screen. So here you've got your USB port, you've got your SD slot, which I do not have. Remember, I said that. You've got your auxiliary, your IR, and your Bluetooth. Mode, this is your volume, skip tracks, and that's going back. So, well, play back. Skip rewind. So, you even have a spot on here for a subwoofer. So let's go ahead and actually turn it on. You'll hear it connect to my tablet. So this is another remote control that came with it. It came with this remote control, and I keep this here mounted on. I put the actual bracket on, but I kind of, you know, my kid here kind of broke the bracket, so I zip tied it on here to hold it in place. and there's that. So you just heard it connect. I have it onto my, I have it set on my Spotify on my tablet. So here's a quick video or song.
We can pay our Geico bill from anywhere 24/7.
More like
Talking like a Geico commercial.
This is a Geico commercial. Geico. You could save too.
So you hear it's pretty loud. Volume. I can turn up and down. And for some reason it's not. Let me just stop. So just one moment. I guess the internet connection got timed out, but so you hit play here. As you can hear, it sounds really great. And this is all 4 speakers playing at once. Turn it up. Now, this is a very loud bike, and I am also inside the garage. So when I fire this bad boy up, it's going to get loud. So just bear with me, and I will give you a sound of what it sounds like over the exhaust. So let's turn it up a little bit. So there's that. Let's go ahead and grab this out of the bag here and switch over so you can hear the radio. I actually disconnected my antenna for it, but as you can see, you can pause it. That's your pause button. That's your volume, obviously. So I know that was really loud, and it really wasn't a very fair analysis, being that my bike is inside of a garage. It kind of overpowers it, but I could definitely still hear it. Not sure if you guys are going to be able to hear it inside of the video, but so this is your antenna that you're going to get with it. And let me make sure I'm plugging this in the right way here, because one of these is for Bluetooth. Okay, so This one is for Bluetooth, to amplify your Bluetooth, and this one is for your antenna. Plug it in. Your antenna is magnetic. It's actually supposed to be longer than this, but the actual piece is off. So this might not even help out. Thanks to so there's for if you had your auxiliary. You put it in. You see here I'm using a remote control now, and it's connected back to my Bluetooth. So with my control here, I can stand by. I can either use this control, or I can use this. Now this also has an EQ. So let's go ahead and play with the EQ for a second. You have it. I just wanted to give a quick show on how I have it laid out, how I have it installed on my bike. Just to let you know, this is the 1400 watt amplifier that is on the bike, and it is it's really loud. I mean, it gets pretty good. 4 speakers, and you even have enough room to put a subwoofer in your back, in your saddlebags, if you had bags that could put a subwoofer in there, or if you had a subwoofer somewhere else on your bike, you could also put it there anyway. Cons about this thing, I mean, the pros are really great if it was working properly, but being that I'm inside the garage, I'm not getting reception, and also my antenna is damaged thanks to having a 2- and 4-year-old. I can't get the reception I need for the radio in here. But I would say the pros, you have multiple different ways that you can use, that you can get your music, in when you're riding. I mean, you've got USB, like I said, you've got SD card, auxiliary, and you have Bluetooth. Not to mention you actually have an FM radio on here, which I don't use anyway because I don't listen to the radio. Everything I listen to is usually off of Spotify or my actual phone, the music that I own, my own. So you look and see, this is where I drilled a hole right through the bag to get it to fit on here, and then I just mounted it on. The bag stays on, it doesn't move, as you can see. It's not coming off. And that's it. So if you have any questions about this thing, just let me know in the comments down below, and I will for sure get back to you. These chrome things here are more like any other piece of chrome that you have. You got to keep it shined. Now I just moved from Hawaii to Kansas, So it's been in the bay, in the garage ever since I got here, which is about 2 months ago. And I also had people handling my motorcycle. So I've got to get myself in here and actually polish off my chrome. But I will say that most like anything, most like any chrome piece that you have, upkeep is definitely important. I've heard rumors about these things turning on you, so they'll turn yellow and it won't sound too great. It'll turn yellow on you. It won't look too great. You'll still have the sound quality that is there, but as far as like looks go, they'll actually tarnish from what I hear. So I keep mine polished usually. I'm always wiping my bike down. And that's it. That is the only con I have to this, besides the fact that these things, the brackets that they come with it, they give you 4 brackets for your mirrors, but no one has 4 mirrors. Luckily I have this bar which I was able to mount it to. So because I have this bar, I was actually able to use these brackets. However, if I did not have these, I would have to fabricate or buy different brackets to get these 2 speakers here mounted somewhere else or in the same location of my bike. So with that being said, thank you, and this has been a review on the Shark motorcycle radio unit. Really great unit. If you have any questions, let me know.